Okay, this is the auction for the Fullmetal Camo, and hopefully this time I have solved the technical issues, and I am pleased to say that despite that we have not missed anything. So let me bring you up to date with where we're at. This is the Fullmetal Camo, and it is only the camo that is available for the Forest Witch tank. We have got the 2 hour point a while ago, about an hour and 40 minutes ago, but every time a bid is made, this resets itself back to 10 minutes for the last call they're referring to it as. And when that happens, we reset back to 10 minutes, and that process continues for up to 2 hours after the actual auction window has ended. And because of that, we are now an hour and 40 minutes over the final 10 minutes. And I am going to tell you now that the camo competitive price, having started at a bid of 100 gold, it is now 18,200 gold for this particular camo, the Fullmetal, that goes onto the Forest Witch tank, and it is only the camo that is available here. And I do hope that the players who are bidding for this understand that it is not the tank that is available, as we approach under 7 minutes remaining. And like I say, that doesn't really mean too much, because once a bid comes in that upsets the 500 players who are currently on schedule to win this prize, that will go back to 10 minutes, but we'll only do so for another 15 or 20 minutes or so. And we have 39,400 people watching this particular auction in the game. And I'm going to put this into some kind of perspective for you. Let's start with looking at the tank itself. This is the Forest Witch that the camo goes onto. And I can tell you that if you want to buy the tank with this rather unique camouflage on it already, that is going to cost you 15,000 gold. But there are people in this game right now who are prepared to pay 18,300 gold just for the camouflage. Now what does that mean? Well, let's have a look. It means that you would have to go into the store, and just as a simple example, rather than trying to work out all of the different possible variations, let's go to the gold here. Here we are. If you wanted to buy the 2,500 gold bundles, you'd need just over 7 of those, and at £3.49 you are looking at about £25, £26 or euros, depending on which currency you're in order to do so. And so you are talking about quite a lot of money. Or you'd need 1.5 of these. Of course, you can't buy 1.5. So we'll use the £3.49. You're going to need 8 of those to get the exact, or get the amount that you need. So you're looking at £28 or euros is the price that people are willing to pay for this particular camo. Now, if you accept it's £28 or euros, and you realize that there are 500 of these available, then that's about £14,000 or euros worth of revenue in some form that is being generated here. Now, of course, players can accrue gold by playing in the game with the little boosters perhaps you've won a tank from a container and you already owned that tank, and you've got 5,000 gold compensation or whatever it may be. So there are ways of getting gold. I've played this game for a while. I have 62,000 gold, and I can't remember the last time I actually purchased gold from the store. You can also get it in the bundles from the what do we call it here? The vaults here. You can get gold in these. Look, if you upgraded it, but not a great deal. So somewhere in the mix, the cash value, if you like, for this particular auction, 500 prizes at a competitive bid of 18,400. Now, of course, there's probably a range of bids within this 500 that probably means 18,400 sits somewhere in the middle. But either way, the revenue generation value, if you like, could be in the region of £14,000, which is a lot of money, and this is just the camouflage for this tank. Yesterday's Thunderstorm camo went for 20 million credits. Difficult to draw a comparison to 20 million credits yesterday because credits are a lot easier to accrue in the game than gold. But at the moment, this auction here, just in EU, because Asia and North America, I'm guessing, have their own auctions at times to suit their geographical locations. This particular auction alone, at 18,500 gold, based on an average rough cost of gold in the store, is worth about £14,000 of revenue, and that's just a camouflage. Who knows what is going to happen when tanks are released into the auction? I think the first one is going to be tomorrow, the BLTZ 9000, and we'll wait and see very shortly because it should hopefully be announced with the 20-hour preview window when this auction finishes. We're approaching a minute and a half remaining, but what I've seen in the last hour and a half when I've watched the stream, the auction I should say, is there are bids going in with about 30 seconds remaining, and I don't think we're inside the final seconds of the 2-hour last call extension window, but we will see. But needless to say, the Forest Witch tank can be bought for 15,000 gold with a unique camo already. This is going to be 18,500 gold just for the camouflage, and 40,000 participants are currently in this auction. And this does have some implications, I suppose, when tanks become available. Imagine when Smasher, Dracula, Annihilator become the tanks available in the auction. If they're going to be for gold, how much are people willing to pay for those? And we have less than 25 seconds remaining. And you're absolutely correct, 18,000 gold for a skin, a bunch of pixels that sit on a bunch more pixels is pretty steep. And we have about 10 seconds to go, so do we get another reset here or not? At 18,600 gold. 3, 2, 1. There we have it. The auction is over. We will just wait a few seconds here to see what happens. But 500 Fullmetal camos, and I re-emphasize it is the camo only, has concluded with a competitive bid price of 18,600 gold, securing the camouflage for those Forest Witch owners that desired it so much. 40,467 participants in the auction. I obviously did not make a bid, so all of the talk beforehand about this new format and how controversial it was, camos being included to increase the number of lots, bidding up as well rather than the fixed price falling auction that we used to for the tanks. and some players and some forums calling for people not to participate. I'm afraid to tell you that yesterday 20 million credits was spent on the Thunderstorm camo for the AMX, and today we have seen 18,600 gold being spent on the camo here for the Forest Witch, the Fullmetal camo. I'm just having a look now, waiting to see what's going to happen. Do we get notification of the next lot? Clearly I'm a non-participant. What happens if we click out and we go back in? Nothing coming up, so we don't know when lot 3 is or what it is. But what we do know is that people have paid touching up to around about 28, 29, 30 pounds or euros for this camouflage that has gone onto the Forest Witch tank. There's no more information in there other than the BLTZ 9000 tank has been announced. I appreciate that didn't show on the screen. For some reason it doesn't. But nothing yet on when that is going to be released. Now it may be that because it's a weekend they are going to have the tank available at a different time of day, and so starting the 20-hour window now is not appropriate, but we'll have to wait and see. But there you go. That is the end of the Fullmetal camouflage auction. 500 lucky prize winners paying in the region of 18,600 gold just for the camouflage. And I thank you all very much for tuning in. And if you want to support the channel, then please do so. And look forward to lot number 3 when that becomes available. And we will see how the auction progresses. So there you have it. Fullmetal camouflage. Competitive price of 18,600 gold. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.